Hours turned into days. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into bloody months. But finally, F1 is back, and here are the 5 things we learned from practice today. Welcome to Quick Stop F1. My name is Nyasha, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. If you're watching this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 6,000. Join us, comrades, for more news, F1 content, and a guy in a blonde wig. Don't believe me? Watch this related video. Nevertheless, here are 5 things we learned from practice down under. Number 1, the rookies. Yes, the rookies had a mixed bag out there in Australia today. And look, quite a difficult circuit to come into. I think Ted was saying, was it Ted or was it someone else was saying, before you'd have testing in Bahrain, gorgeous circuit to go test that. And then you'd jump a week later into the car at the same circuit, and it's an easy way to come in. Whereas this time, completely different circuit to Bahrain. Street circuit, unforgiving, high speed, low speeds, tight walls, and it does seem to have shown a bit of a variance in performance between the rookies. Isaac Hadjar probably doing the best out of all of them, being only 0.2 off Yuki by the end of practice 2, and a really strong showing for him. On the other end of the spectrum, Ollie Behrman, wowee, massive shunt. Massive shunt. Ollie is lucky Gunther Steiner isn't still the team boss at Haas, because I think we all know how that would have gone. That crash in P1 actually meant he couldn't even come out for P2, so even less running time for young Ollie. And then we have Liam Lawson, who, replacing Checo Perez, his one job, stay within a couple of tenths of max, but he was over half a second off in P2, and there were already words of affirmation backing from Christian Horner, saying, look, this is the first time he's actually been to this circuit. I hadn't been there in any junior formula, and they were still getting to grips for the car. And to be fair to Max has come out and said, whilst the car is a lot steadier than it was last season, it's just not quick enough. So some work to do for Red Bull there, but let's see. It's only practice. I'm sure all of them will pick up and improve. Number 2, red flags, the bane of our existence. Yeah, look, red flags seem to be a very prominent theme for F1 this season. Already in testing, we saw red flags for a power cut, red flags for broken glass, and we even saw red flags for the magic fucking school bus just rolling around the track during testing. What was my man doing? Honestly, what was he? Anyway, red flags were abundant in P1 today, with a red flag for gravel, as we can see at the chicane there, gravel being picked up and flung onto the circuit, and obviously the big red flag for aforementioned crash for Ollie Behrman. And look, that is not going to be helpful for the engineers, but in all honesty, the less information these guys have, the more chaotic Sunday can be. So for me personally, I don't mind waking up super early in the morning and then, 25% of my time spent listening to Karun Chandok. They're not even showing him either. Like, let me see those thick jeans, Karun. Number 3, Team LH needs a little bit of patience. Yes, look, Lewis Hamilton, new team, fanfare galore. This guy is in Time magazine. He's reenacting Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's come into Australia dressed to the nines in the finest designer gear any man can buy. And then you get to FP1 where the business starts, and was a bit of a damp squib, wasn't it? I could feel the collective terror within Team LH when Lewis Hamilton said that the car just would not turn.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
But FP2 was much improved. And look, Lewis himself said the car just feels different. He's getting used to driving it with a different driving style. But there were clear improvements from FP1 to FP2, with Lewis coming in fifth, and FP2 behind Charles, who was quick in first, and more on that later. But it is very clear that he's still getting to grips with that Ferrari. But for him to still be relatively competitive bodes well. It's only going to go up from here, guys. Don't stress. It's all good. Calmer. Number 4. Who to bet on for Sunday? Now, look, I'm not a betting man, okay? I'm not a betting man. But if I were to put a bet on for the race win this weekend, in normal conditions, I would probably give it to the McLarens, who look pretty good, especially in the hands of Lando Norris, who was quick throughout today. Looking at the long run pace as well, of course, again, we don't know how indicative this is of the real race, because we don't know the fuel levels they've got. We don't know the engine levels they've got. But looking at these times, comparing Lando and Charles, you would think that McLaren are going to be up there, as well as Charles Leclerc, who in that Ferrari looks to be very, very comfortable. However, being a betting man means taking into account all factors, all variables, and I think it's pretty clear. We all know Sunday is likely to rain at some point, and we're not just talking deluge of rain for the whole race. We're talking mixed conditions. This means that there's going to be some wet weather driving needed, some dry weather driving, some dry weather driving needed. We're going to need to have some strategy in there. Lando Norris, McLaren, rain strategy. We all know how that's gone in the past. So I wouldn't put my money down just yet. However, if you were going to look at them, those were the two strongest teams. Mercedes looked really good on the hard tyre, but then on the soft tyre, we don't really know. The pace didn't really seem to be there. Also, a lot of laps seem to have got thwarted by traffic. So watch out for that in Q1. Will people be able to get their laps off? It's not the largest circuit. It's not the widest circuit. So expect to see laps aborted due to traffic, maybe even people not getting in lap times at all due to being held up in the queue, as we know they can be by the end of Q1. Number 5, we actually haven't learned that much. I mean, look, it feels like pretty much a continuation of testing, to be honest. You know, the teams are very close. I would say the largest drop off is probably Haas from last year, but we still don't know if they're still running a testing program or whatever. But obviously obviously Ollie Behrman didn't look that great. But also, you're looking at Esteban Ocon there not setting the world on fire. So we just don't quite know yet in terms of the top teams who's ranking where. I mean, we have a general idea, I think, which is the general idea of McLaren and Ferrari, then a step below Mercedes, Red Bull, and then after that, you're kind of looking at, I guess, a mix between Aston Martin, V-Carb, maybe some Alpine in there. Williams looking pretty good as well. So we still don't know. It's practice. We're talking about practice. So yeah, like, I don't know. What a pointless video, really, when you think about it. Could have done something else. Cool. Well, look, that's it for now. Let us know in the comments what you thought of practice. Are you happy? Are you sad for your team? Let us know in the comments. And again, if you've got this far, please give this video a like and a subscribe to the channel. On the road to 6,000. Come along with us, comrades. And until the next time, remember, no matter what life throws at you, keep it on the black stuff. Until next time, take care.